change can come in many forms. Sometimes change is good, sometimes change is bad. But what I experienced in my life, change is good because if you don't adapt, you perish. Everybody, welcome the new co host of Forever I Love Atlanta Sports Podcast. Give it up for.
What's going on, everybody? If you didn't already know, now you do. Introducing the newest co-host to FILA, Forever I Love Atlanta Sports Podcast. I am Rick Flex, and it's time to talk sports. Woo!
What's good? How y'all doing this evening? Welcome back to the Forever I Love Atlanta Sports Podcast. It's your boy, The Don, alongside with my new co-host, Rick Flex. What's good with you?
Woo! What's good? What's going on, baby? Glad to be on here.
I'm glad, man. Look, change is, some people say look at change as bad, but sometimes change is good. So, hey, Forever I Love Atlanta Sports Podcast. We're going to keep on rolling on the road to 1K. That's what we're going to do. Change is good for the best. And we also got our guest with us tonight. He's also Georgia Sports Hospitality Media on Josh Bouland. What's good with you?
Hey, guys. How you guys doing tonight?
We're doing good, man. I'm excited about that match last night, though, that we won. So
yeah, it was pretty good. Definitely the best possible start I think we could have gotten off to under a new coach.
Exactly. All right. If y'all new to the channel, y'all already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. All right. It's free. We ain't charging y'all anything. Also, share this content out with other Atlanta sports fanatics and tell them to subscribe to our channel. Also, hit that like button. Share, and also hit us up in the comment section. As always, come holla at your hometown sports podcast. All right. Also, follow us on social media. Follow us on Twitter at FLIA_SP. Also, follow us on Facebook, FILA Sports Podcast. And then also follow us, if you don't want to watch the video on YouTube, we want you to. But you just want to check the audio out because we understand you might want to listen to it on your way to work in the morning or, you're doing chores around the house or whatnot. We also on Apple Podcasts and we also on Spotify. So let's get to the show. This week, let's look at the Atlanta Dream. This week, they played DC and they lost that game 98-91. Friday, Los Angeles. And yeah, we lost that game 93-85. It's just been rough for the Atlanta Dream. Hopefully they can start back winning some games. Also today, what'd you say?
You gotta show some effort.
Yeah, they gotta show effort. Today we pulled out a win though. That's the hook. we pulled out a win today. We won against Minnesota 78-75. It did look ugly in the beginning, but they came back and they won. So, what's going on with college? Flex.
Yeah, so as you guys know, they went ahead and put out the schedule for the SEC last week. With the Dogs, they got some tough games. Everybody already knows the games. I think it's going to be interesting to see how the dynamic goes with the way it's going to be for home field advantage, as opposed to having a sold-out, Bryant-Denny Stadium. You might have 19,000, 25,000 people. So when the Dogs go travel to Alabama, how much of a home field advantage does Bama really have? So I think Georgia's got a good shot to get an early victory. But yeah, looking at some early sports betting lines for everybody out there that, everybody loves sports, they like to bet on. They've actually got the Dogs at over under at 8.5 wins. So that'd be putting them around 8-2, maybe 9-1 if you're on the over. But the game to look out for me is definitely going to be that Auburn game. Auburn always gives them a fight, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, Georgia's got all the tools to make a run and end this streak and bring a championship home to Athens.
And with Tech, we'll see what happens with Tech this year. I really feel like they're going to tremendously improve this year.
Yeah, their recruiting trail's on fire.
Exactly. Like I've been telling people, don't sleep on Collins. Do not sleep on Collins. This man, he knows football.
Hey, don't sleep on it if they would have played Georgia. I mean, that would have been a fight.
Oh yeah, they ain't forget about what happened last year.
No,
what Pickens did to that to that boy.
Oh yeah, it got scrappy.
Yes. Let's talk about the Falcons. The team signed Kajon Armstrong, offensive tackle. We fortifying these trenches for Matt Ryan and our run game. So I like the signing. We also brought back Luke Stoker, and we also signed Scotty Deal. Some more news came out of training camp. Pretty much all eyes on Tack right now. Yeah. With I guess because he didn't get his 5th-year option, so he's saying he's feel more motivated to play better. And hey, I'm like, hey, if it took you, if they had to taking away your 5th-year option for you to get serious, hey, I know Josh, you shaking your head. What you got to say, Josh?
It's frustrating, man. Especially after kind of how things turned out with Vic Beasley and losing him and really only getting that one good year out of him. And then we get Tack and he's super energetic at the beginning, a lot of potential with him, and it just feels like we just haven't hit on these defensive linemen outside of Grady Jarrett, of course. But yeah. It's just disappointing. And you're right. If not getting your option picked up for your 5th year is going to motivate you to play well, then that kind of sucks to hear because what have you been doing the last 4 years? So, and I know he's had his fair share of injuries and all that, but outside of that, it just hasn't been there. So yeah, it's just been disappointing.
I know a lot of people upset because he didn't get his 5th-year option, but some people, well, VB's his 5th-year option. All right, I get it, but you got to understand the order. Vic Beasley was drafted in 2015, and he was also Vic Beasley was also Thomas Dimitroff and Dan Quinn's first round pick. All right, so it was a no brainer. He NFL sack leader. He was All Pro 2016 and Pro Bowler. It's a no brainer. You bring him back, and then you got to think about what happened last year. Who else did we bring in as pass rushers? We didn't bring anybody in. We didn't have the money, so we gave that $12.5 million, that 5th-year option. It's not a new contract. Once again, I've been telling people this, to Vic Beasley. All right? He did better last year, but he didn't get double-digit sacks. So we moved on from him. But the Falcons, what they did, they learned from that mistake, what they did with Vic Beasley. Not only Vic Beasley, but Keanu Neal, because we also gave Keanu Neal his 5th-year option as well. And Keanu Neal missed 2 seasons straight. So you look at Tat McKinley, he has the same issues that both Keanu Neal and Vic Beasley have. He underperformed and he's been injured. So why would you give him a 5th-year option?
Yeah.
I'm with you. I just don't understand why a lot of people upset about that. it's business. It's nothing personal. It's just business. You learn from your mistakes. You don't repeat your same mistakes.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, though. I mean, if Matt Ryan is going to have a chance to win a championship, which he's well deserving of, it's going to be in the trenches. That's where championships are won. Won. They've got to get it in the trenches. Period. If they're going to bring one home.
Exactly. You're right. And one player, I know a lot of people have been talking about Terrell, the rookies, Lindstrom, Garrett. One player y'all need to watch out for is Steven Means. I'm going to do some film study on him these next couple of weeks. I'm not saying he's going to come out there and like get double-digit sacks or anything like that, but I think he's going to be highly serviceable for this team. So we missed him last year because he was injured. So
he's very fundamentally sound. So yeah, I'm with you.
Exactly. All right, Hawks. We did a show last Thursday. Hawks will pick 6th in the 2020 draft. Travis Snake, he said that he plans on picking the best player available if they decide to stick at number 6. But we know how Snake is, man. This man a magician. We don't know what he gonna do. He might end up trading it. We may end up. You never know. But for all the people out there saying trade our 6th overall pick and John Collins to Minnesota, come on now. We're not doing that. Stop with that. We're not trading John Collins for a rookie who's not even proven. And if we're doing that, we might as well trade away Trey Young and restart everything all over again. But that's what you're asking for.
We're young enough. We need some veteran presence in there on defense.
Exactly. We just need to stick with our core, what we have now, and let them grow together.
Agreed.
All right. What's going on in the Braves country?
Yeah, so a pretty solid week. This past week they took down. Well, they went 1-1 against the Nats. We obviously saw that one game got rained out and they had a day off. But 7-6 win with Swanson, walk-off homer. The quote-unquote, never quit under Snit's been fully activated, as you guys already know. Tuesday we did have a tough loss. We lost that game 8-5. Tyler Madsick came out of the pen, gave up a 4 spot, kind of blew that one for us. So that was the first tough blow to our bullpen, which has been our strength all year long so far since all our core pitching's pretty much down. We've got a 5th of it left with Max, is the only one left. Philly, obviously everybody knows if they're watching, any sports on ESPN, they're on right now, so they're still in a battle. But Friday they held their own. Big nights from Marcell Ozuna and Travis d'Arnaud. They combined for 7 RBIs as they blew out the Phillies 11-2. And then if anybody watched last night, in awesome fashion, Duvall walked us off again. So fun times. I caught the heart attack Braves, you know what I mean? So I feel like if I got to take, a little bit of Pepto-Bismol before every game if I'm going to get through it. But did some numbers and looked at some things, and they're kind of surprising. The Braves are 5th in batting average. They're 6th in runs and slugging. So the additions of Ozuna, has really paid off, as well as Travis. Travis d'Arnaud is actually leading the league as far as catchers go. Dude's batting .339, 4 bombs, and 17 RBIs. So, and as we talked, you had me on the show a while ago. Dansby's still hot. Yes. Coming in the night, the guy's been slashing 306 with 3 home runs. And before I turned it off, he'd already hit two doubles. So, kind of like as they say, an in and out, a double night, a double burger. So I look forward to the Braves. If they can, Alex Anthopoulos is a little bit kind of like Select. We'll see what he's got up his sleeve come trade deadline. We know it's different this year. It's going to sneak up on us. And the thing is, guys, with it being only 60 games, there's going to be so many teams that are still in this hunt that they might not want to give up their potential. So it might be difficult for them to make a move. So I would look for the Braves to turn to that Ian Anderson type of rookie and definitely try to stretch them out. If it's a short season, give them opportunity to thrive, and learn. Because if not, these bullpen games just aren't going to keep working out in our favor.
That's why I'm trying to figure out why they called up Ian. Ian is now or never for him, man.
Yeah,
send the man up. I
mean, it's not often you kind of televise a scrimmage, a squad scrimmage. So for them to have him on there, the dude had, I know 10 to 12 Ks. He gave up one solo shot, but why do you televise that pregame if you're they're either showcasing or getting the fans ready, because you don't do that. So very intrigued. We have a game coming up. No starter announced on Tuesday versus the Yankees. Tukey came out of the bullpen tonight. He's already went. I'm not sure how many pitches, but obviously he's not going to be starting on Tuesday. So maybe we get a surprise on Tuesday. Look forward to that game. Always look forward to beating the Yankees, and maybe we can get Ian out there on the mound.
Hopefully.
Yeah, no doubt.
Let me go in the chat real quick. JF, what's good, man? What's with the emojis? Talk to me. Z, what's good, man? Julian, Cynical Peach. Hey, if y'all haven't followed Cynical Peach, follow him, man. Also, subscribe to his channel. He's with Georgia Sports Hospitality and Media, and he talks about the Braves. He's also, if you went to Georgia State or if you love Georgia State basketball or football, he covers all that. So hit that subscribe button for him as well. He said even if Tech has a big season, the Falcons should still tread lightly on signing him to a deal. I agree. I agree. Like, my ideal for a pass rusher, if you're going to play Tech, you have him outside linebacker. But the problem with him is he doesn't know how to run. His run defense is terrible. And on top of that, I haven't seen him cover any tight ends. So it's kind of difficult. You just signing a player, just, a one-trick pony just to rush the passer to a lot of money. So I'm good on that. That's just my opinion.
Agreed.
Sean Gomes, what's good, man? He said, who you think we need to draft in the NBA? I like the Okoro guy. So from Auburn. So I'm good. That's the person I'm looking at right now. But we're gonna be doing a lot of film, watching some of these basketball prospects. So just stay tuned to that. Me and Devontae and some other guys as well. So just stay tuned, Sean. Z, he said, how do you feel about the possibility of the Charlotte Hornets getting LaMelo Ball? Hey, they get him. That's fine. I think y'all need a LaMelo Ball. Y'all need some type of energy into that franchise y'all have out there in Charlotte. So I'm just saying.
Well, I think a lot today, obviously, if everybody watching the game, with Luka hitting that dagger, a lot of flack came back. And it's like everybody forgot Trae Young, how good the guy is. So
exactly.
I kind of had to log off Twitter for a little bit because I was tired of hearing the heat that they were trying to bring.
Yeah.
My boy Trae, you know what I mean? Defend him.
Yeah, they talking about some. Yeah, I remember they saying we should never trade it for Trae. I'm like, okay. Look, y'all, chess, not checkers. And Luka's going to peak real early in his career, so just watch. I promise you, like 4 or 5 years from now, he's not going to be the same basketball player that he is now.
He might not be healthy. He might not stay healthy. I mean.
Yeah. Like he's been playing basketball, pro basketball for 4 or 5 years before he came over here. So.
Right.
All right. Cynical Peach said, I like to see the Braves get Cito. Hey, whoever we can get, man, that'll be good. JL said
there's a lot of pitchers on the market. There's a lot of starting pitchers on the market, but like I said, it's going to be tough. That with the expansion, you got 8 teams getting into the playoffs. There's a lot of teams that play in 500 baseball. They're in the playoffs right now if it started. So that's the problem with free agency this year. Because I'm with you, Cynical. I want to get somebody too. I mean, we've got to, either get somebody or bring somebody up. Exactly. Obviously, make sure you can't win every game, and if we only win 1 out of 5 games, obviously ain't going to happen. So. Something will happen. They'll make a move. More than likely, like I said, I think they'll bring somebody up, one of the young guns. We've got 3 or 4 down there. So that's what I think they'll do.
Yeah. All right. JF, he said, it's just I don't know how to feel without coach here. Hey, man, the show's still going to go on, man. We still going to get y'all, we're going to inform y'all, we're going to educate y'all, and we're going to entertain y'all the same way. All right, I promise you. Just stay loyal to us, man, and we gonna stay loyal to you. And we always gonna do the show. The format still gonna stay the same, man. I promise you. It's just things will get better. I promise you that, because you guys deserve better. We gonna work harder for you guys. We're gonna work harder for our hometown supporters, our hometown followers. So
yeah, you guys stay tuned, man. And like Don said, stay tuned, stay with us, stay with me. Like I said, I breathe sports. I breathe Atlanta. This, like I said, this is my hometown. And I'm gonna do everything I can to bring y'all quality entertainment as well. So just stay tuned and enjoy the new journey we're about to bring you guys on.
Exactly. More news coming out the pipe for FILA Sports. Just stay tuned. He said, besides that, if we call up Ian now, we lose a year of not having to pay him.
That's already passed.
Yeah.
That's already went by. I get tired of hearing that. They all teams do it. It started when I remember with Chris Bryant a few years back. That's already passed though. If you look it up, they can call him now and it'd be fine. So that's why I'm pretty sure. I wouldn't be surprised if you see him on Tuesday. Stay tuned Tuesday. If we don't see him Tuesday, then they might not. But I think Tuesday's going to be the day they pull the trigger on him.
They got to. And he also said on the NBA draft with our pick, I want us to pick up Deny Average. The guy from
we were speaking of that guy too. The Israel guy. Yeah, he's nice.
He's good, but you just got to think about it. Okoro and then the player from Iowa State, those are your two best players as far as defense-wise go. We need defenders, man.
Yeah.
That's what we need. He sounds good, but we really need some nasty players that's going to, get rebounds and impose a will on the other team. So
yeah, like I said, I'm not destined to look for the sexy pick. It's who's going to be the best profile, the most pro ready. That's what's most important. Who's the most pro ready right now? So
exactly. All right, now on to the main attraction for the show, Atlanta United. Yesterday they had a match in Mercedes-Benz Stadium with a capacity of 75,000 watching at home. Probably more than that. I wish people was there, man. It's not the same with 17 screaming from the top of their lungs. But we won that match 2-0. Now, question I gotta ask you, Josh. What were all the cards yesterday's match, man? The referees were tripping hard.
Yeah, it was very, very inconsistent, I thought. And there was just a lot of things that ref was not calling that he should have been calling. And I don't want to say it is what it is, but it kind of is. MLS is still like a young league, and frankly, the refs are probably one of the things holding the league back from growing a little bit more. So hopefully it gets better over the next few years. But yeah, it was just one of those matches last night with the refereeing. Thankfully, it didn't affect the outcome, or else that just would have been awful. But yeah, man, it is what it is sometimes.
Exactly. And pity. 2
He's
goals.
Unleashed. He got unleashed. Finally, he's feeling that post breakup glow after getting DeBoer fired.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that was our next topic because a lot of people talk about why it took Frank DeBoer for him. It took us firing Frank DeBoer for him to wake up. Hey,
to be fair, he played. The positioning on the field, I don't think was that different last night. He's played that left wing position under DeBoer. I think the main difference is the overall goal of the team, because Glassy and the players all week, they've been saying we want to be more attacking, we want to be going after it all the time, we want to go for these goals, and you just didn't really hear that from the players under DeBoer. He was very defensively oriented, which makes sense. He played as a defender his entire career, so that's what he's going to know best. So I understand that side of things, but I think with Glass and PT, it was, hey, I'm going to let you do your thing. You roam around the field, you get in the spots you want to be in, you be yourself. Whereas under DeBoer, it was like, I need you to be in this spot at this time. I need you to do this. And he just was given what felt like free reign for him to, be that player that we've all wanted him to be this whole time. So hopefully there's more of that going forward.
But like I've been trying to tell people with DeBoer, that European style of football is not how, it's good, but MLS, they are changing to that Latin American style. Pretty much every team now is looking at Latin America, getting their players, getting their coaches, having that identity to play that style of football versus, now if it was back in 1999 or 2002, yeah, the MLS at that time, they was playing that European style of football, but they don't do that anymore. Even when we had Tata, we was playing that Latin American style football. When Frank DeBoer came in, he wanted his own style. Yeah, we were still winning because we had the talent on the field, but it's just the wheels came off in the tournament. Which, be honest with you, I really didn't care about. It was just a glorified scrimmage. Like, I don't know if y'all ever played soccer before. Pee Wee soccer. You just meet up and you just play this tournament for that day, and everybody get trophies and chips and Oreos. Yeah, that's how I felt it was. Like, if you're not playing for an MLS Cup or U.S. Open Cup, it really doesn't matter to me. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, to go back to the talking about the whole European versus Latin American style of things. I personally, I think the Europeans' culture and their style of football, soccer, whatever, I think it can work in this league. But with the players that Atlanta has, there's just too much of that clash between how the coach wants to do things and how the players want to do things. If the makeup of the team itself, if we had more European-based players, and if our most important players weren't Latin American, then I don't think it would have been as much of an issue as it was. But when you got guys like Joseph, who is the heart and soul of the team and of the city at times, and guys like LGP and Barco and PT that are integral parts of the team, it's not that you have to cater to them necessarily, but you have to be on the same page as them. And it never felt like DeBoer was ever on the same page with the players, especially PT. So it's good to see some happiness again. He looks happy in all the pictures that have been posted by Atlanta. And I don't know if that's been done on purpose, if the social media team is like trying to push that narrative a little bit, or if he is just genuinely happier. But hopefully they get it right with the next coach, that they get that South American culture, because that was I think it was a more important part to the team than anybody really realized after Tata left.
Yeah, I agree. This next question: when is Dan playing? When they gonna end up putting him in the match starting?
I hope we get to see him on Wednesday night. They're going to be playing Miami down on the road. I think it's 8 p.m. I want to say. I hope we get to see him. He's still such a new player, and I'm thinking that I saw that he's not quite integrated with the tactics and the stuff they're trying to do on the field. He's just not adjusted. He hasn't been with the team long enough. And I'm wondering if, because Glass changed the formation they were using on the field, so I'm wondering if that factors into it as well. They just need a little more time for the entire team to get used to what they're doing going forward. So that's why it's taken Dam a little bit to get in there. So I think we might. I don't think he'll start on Wednesday night, but maybe he'll come off the bench. Yes. He might start Sunday, I think, is the next game after that, or Saturday against Orlando. I think we might see him start that game. He's going to have to play at some point, though, because with all these games as compressed as they are, with how many games they're going to be playing in the next couple of weeks, they're going to have to rotate a lot of positions. So he'll definitely come in handy. I think it'll be sooner rather than later. I'm hoping we get to see him on Wednesday night. I think he'll be an exciting player for us.
What kind of expectations do you have for him?
I've been seeing a lot of mixed reviews from his time in Mexico. It kind of seemed like, I think when he was with, I think it was Tigres, he was playing for them a lot at first in his first couple years. And then the playing time kind of went away. And there's a little bit of a culture thing in the Mexican league where players that leave for free are kind of frowned upon. And that was his situation. So right. I think his relationship with the club kind of soured towards the end. And that might have been affecting his play time and some of his statistics. So the fresh start is probably going to help him a lot. I'm just hoping he brings the speed element that he's known about, because anyone could have looked at this team in Orlando during that tournament and said, what the heck? They look so sluggish. They look like they just got out of bed. They look like they don't know what's going on. This is a guy that can immediately inject some speed into the lineup and help stretch the field. So as far as expectations, I'm hoping he can just inject energy and life into even if he doesn't score, even if he doesn't assist. I don't really care about the box stats as long as it's helping the overall team. So personally, I'm hoping he brings some life to the team, and if he's helping score goals and win games along the way, then that'd be great.
Hey, like we said, change is good, right?
Oh yeah, especially after the way things have been going before then. So it can only get better.
Yeah, exactly. Now we talked about FDB holding the team back, so we ain't got to cover that. So, will the team remove the interim tag off Glass' name and make him the coach full time? You kind of alluded to that question already.
Yeah, and I don't think so. I think he'll be great for them in the short term, and I think I was just telling some friends yesterday. They already said that the plan is for him to go back to Atlanta United to the second team after they find a full-time coach. I'm thinking if he does well enough with these players with the first team, he might just get a job somewhere else. He might get a manager spot in MLS or abroad, since he's from, I want to say he's from Scotland. So he's already played in England and all that stuff. So he's got connections there. But he can be great for us in the interim, and that'll be awesome. But I don't think they'll keep him long term. The front office has been super adamant about getting a South American coach, a coach with a South American background, and I think that's what the fans want at this point as well. So, I think, and part of that too is Glass might be doing a better job now because he doesn't have the pressure of trying to get the job long term, right? If the club comes in and says, "Hey, you just need to take over for the rest of the season, and then you get to do whatever you want after that. No pressure. Just hold down the fort, get us as many wins as possible, keep the players happy." He can definitely do that without any of that extra pressure on his shoulders. So, yeah. So I don't think he'll be the long-term coach, even if he is a good guy for the team. Maybe it's because of the current situation. So, yeah.
Nice.
All right. Well, that sums up everything. If y'all got any other questions in the chat, send them our way. But appreciate you, Josh, for joining us this evening.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
And let everybody know where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at Josh_Bouland, and just give me a follow there and help us spread the awesome things we're doing here at GHSM.
Exactly. All right. Thank you for coming on. And everybody watching live, appreciate y'all joining us this evening. I know there's a Braves game going on right now. And I know that y'all can be watching that, but y'all chose to watch us. So we appreciate that so much. If you're new to the channel, you already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, share this content out with Atlanta sports fanatics, and hit us up in the comment section. As always, come holla at your hometown sports podcast. For my new co-host, Rick Flex and the Dunn, we out. See y'all later. Y'all have a great evening.
Much love, guys.